Hi everyone, Nick Redicos of Nick's Seasonal Decor here. Give me 1 second while I pull up the feed and make sure we are live. But what I thought we would do today is create a very simple spring design. We're going to be designing on this chicken wire grapevine cross. We're going to be adding just a couple flowers and potentially a bow. We're not going to go too crazy tonight. So just give me 1 second. Let me pull up the video. We're going to be designing on this chicken wire. So we're going to be using these colors today, which is kind of like a coral, which is perfect because it is Pantone's color of the year. I was trying to go for that effect this year for tonight, but I am limited on this color flowers. So this is all we have. So we're going to make the best out of it. Hi Peggy, hi Linda. So we have a couple of these. This is just some leftover scraps from a wreath that we did a while back. I just pulled this out because it matches, and if we need any additional greenery, we have it. We pulled out some of these. These came from Michael's. And then just some cheap, inexpensive, small flowers that we can add. I also picked up this bunny. I have a bunch of them, but I didn't really feel like searching for them. And I thought we would keep it just spring-related rather than Easter, just to hop into the spring season without going too crazy and jumping so fast forward to Easter. The cross is labeled Easter from Hobby Lobby, but we're going to use it just as a generic cross. And then I picked up some ribbons. We have some gingham. We have some stripe. And then we also have the green gingham. Tanya's not with me tonight. I did create a premiere, which will be posted in about a half hour, 9:30, of a wreath me and Tanya created a while back. I thought I'd post it again, show you guys how to do it in case any of you forgot. So I'm not going to be attaching any foam to this. We're working with such a small surface area that I don't want to add a little foam to it. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to create essentially a swag and add it to the cross. So what I'm doing right now is I'm feeding through a black zip tie. Hi, Deborah. And then we'll just cut off a couple flowers. We're not going to go too heavy on the florals because we do want to be able to distinguish that it is a cross. And when designing these, I kind of like to have it go in a diagonal. Think of like a heart with an arrow going through it for Valentine's Day. I kind of like that look. So when we're going to be placing these, I am going to place them at an angle instead of going straight up and down. Hi, Becky. So if you guys don't mind sharing this video, I greatly appreciate it. I'll be live on this page again Friday, teaching you guys how to make a swag, a gray-colored swag. It's snowflake-themed. So it's perfect for winter. It will definitely be perfect for the next couple months. It's a kit that you can purchase from Trendy Tree. I did collab with them last January, and the kits have arrived. So if you are interested in that, you can head over to trendytree.com and pick one up. And we'll be designing that Friday. So I'm creating a swag in my hand, a little cluster of flowers on either side. I don't really care for these leaves, so we'll cut them off. So we're going to attach this now. And if we add some more flowers, we can do with another zip tie. But notice the way I'm placing the zip tie. I'm placing it so that when we cut it, that end will be facing up. That way there's no chance of it scratching my customer's door. And then we'll pull tight. So now the little sharp bit is facing up. That way it's nice and clean on the back. And I also like not using the foam just because it's a little bit unsightly. So before we add anything else, I'm thinking we'll create a bow. So I'll lay out the ribbons and you guys can tell me which one you like best. I'm thinking of going with this green and the stripe. We also have the blue, but I'm not feeling the blue. So I'm thinking this one. If you guys like this one, give me some thumbs up, some hearts. I'm thinking we'll go with that one. This pink is a little too dark for it. Awesome. So this came from either Craft Outlet or Trendy Tree. And what I think we'll do is I think we'll create a little funky bow and then have some tails running down. We don't want our loops to be too big because we are dealing with such a small surface area. So we're going to create our loops about 2.5 to 3 inches. And then some of our tails will extend to about 3.5 to 4 max. And as always, we can trim up the tails later on. And for our final one, we'll just add an extra bow or loop. So I just made 2 loops with that one piece. But look at how pretty it turns out when you just cluster a bunch of loops and a bunch of tails. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just run a couple pieces that are a little bit longer. So we'll cut those about 15 to 18 inches. This one we'll cut about 13 or 14. Doesn't have to be exact. And now what we'll do is we'll take a pipe cleaner. We'll just use a lime green one. We'll feed it through. Make sure all of our loops are contained. This is probably the most tricky part because we are adding so much to it and there's so many little pieces. Okay, so I think I have them all contained. And now what we'll do is we'll twist it tight. Twist it 3 or 4 times. Make sure it is secure. And then we'll come back right where the zip tie is and we'll place it right there. So what you can do with this is you can kind of create a little hanger if you want for your customers. Typically when I sell my wreaths or my designs, I do not create an artificial hanger. They all hold perfectly fine on the door just using the metal frame. But that's just a personal thing. So now we can pull our tails. This is when I said if it's too long for you, what you can do is trim them down, which we're going to be doing. And I'm also just cutting at an angle. We're not dovetailing. Hi, Fran. Hi, Carla. So this is what we have so far. Very cute, very simple. So give some hearts if you like that so far. Obviously, once you hang it on the door, you can fluff it and take high-quality pictures. But we are working on my table today, and the camera is really, really close. It's about 2 feet off my table. So now what we can do is we can come back in, add some additional pieces. So we're going to add some of this. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to push up the grass. Oh, well, I guess we'll just do them individually. I didn't want to use a grass, and if I did use the grass, I would trim it, because when we're going to be placing these, we're going to place them close to the bow. And as you can see, the grassy pieces are too long. This girl is ready for spring. Awesome. Me too. You guys know I'm always down for Christmas, but I am ready for a change. So now I'm just hot gluing these pieces in, and to attach them, I'm making sure I'm making good contact with the bow, with the loops. So I'm lifting them and I'm placing them on the greenery, and I'm also placing them on the bow. Hi, Kathy. So who purchased their kits yet? For Friday, we are going to be doing that demo. And like I said before, it's going to be one of my favorite designs. I absolutely love the color gray. And we haven't worked with it too much, but I'm really, really excited to create that swag. If you haven't purchased it yet, you can still purchase them. There are some available at trendytree.com. So now we'll place a couple more of these. So we'll just cut them. I'm not worrying about where I cut them, because we are going to trim them down. Awesome. Packing to move soon. Southern Tennessee. Tennessee was honestly one of my favorite states. I absolutely loved it. We went to Dollywood, which I believe is in Tennessee. So we're just filling in a little bit. So often I tell you guys not to worry about going overboard, but in this case you definitely really want to use less. Less is more. You don't want to be hiding the cross. And often you'll see people load up on beautiful flowers, and I just think if you can't tell it's a cross, you kind of defeat the whole purpose of designing on it. Awesome. Name the kit again. So I believe it's labeled as Nick's Seasonal Decor Swag. But when we did pick out these kits, I did pick out items that you get the most bang out of your buck for. We purchased 50-yard rolls of the ribbon. So the kit is a little bit pricey, but in the long run, we will be using them in centerpieces and swags and wreaths. We're going to have a lot of extra material. So we're just tucking in a few more. Look at how simple that was. Give some hearts if you like that. I know it's kind of hard to see against the table and everything that's going on behind it, but I will have pictures of it posted. But just a very simple and fun project. That is so amazing. Thank you. So again, we'll be back live Friday for an in-depth tutorial creating a snowflake, alternative color winter swag. You know, people are still ordering lots and lots of things for winter from me and other designers as well. And the color scheme and the quality of the materials is just impeccable. So we'll be doing that Friday. So now we'll just go throughout the tails and the bottom and just cut them at an angle. Just like that. All right, everybody, I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for the share. Dollywood is located in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Great place to visit. We live in Bristol, Tennessee. I love Tennessee. It was definitely one of my favorite states. Is there a link for the kit? Yep, I'll post a link in the comment section once we're done with this video, which is now. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something new today. Very simple, very cost-effective, yet very elegant and pretty. This would be perfect in any location since it's so small and lightweight. But we just created a little hanger with the leftover pipe cleaner. Since we didn't use any foam, there's nothing that's showing that has to be snipped or cut or covered with moss or leaves, which I really like. So we created a swag, we attached it to our chicken wire cross, and that's it. All right, everybody, I will see you all Friday.